Are you excited here, buddy? We're loading into the lobby. NAVI, we know him. We've seen him. We've seen a little bit less of VP Prodigy. By we, I mean you and me, literally. I don't think we've cast too much VPP. So I'm pretty excited.
Familiar though. For a while, it looked like they were Virtus Pro, squad one with how they were performing. So they're looking to kind of keep it going. They kind of went off for a little bit.
Admit nothing
so
but
now
my
it's time
sadness
to come
that you're
back.
gone.
A lot of voice line action happening here.
It's hard to even think.
CIS certainly not disappointing. So here we go. Game number 1. Feels good to be back. I think Ember Spirit might get banned out here, Trent. That's my bold prediction.
I just remember that I had my voice way turned up because some guy was crying in my matchmaking and I couldn't hear him. So I had to crank that shit. So now we're good, guys. Don't worry. I think we lost that game anyway, so it definitely wasn't worth just getting spammed by those voice lines. But thank you, Dota 2, for welcoming us back into another wonderful one. And yeah, as you said, NAVI, another team that hasn't really been playing. I think both of them, it was the same tournament, right? It was the last ESL Birmingham. They've both been chilling since then. Liquid knocked out NAVI. Secret knocked out Prodigy. So no slouches on either side in terms of their eliminations there. And now they're looking for a fresh bracket to settle off. And they get themselves the regional derby. The friendly of, yes, we meet each other in matchmaking every single day as well.
5 seconds remaining.
All right, well, taking our time on these initial bans, Venomancer, Earth Spirit, Wind Ranger. This is much different from the North American, South American Dota we've been covering.
Yeah, Earth Spirit's a given every game because of Immersion. That's his hero.
Okay, that's just the straight respect ban there. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Good hero too, I think. I think we're going to start seeing that hero quite a bit as well, but Immersion's just like crazy, and that's his other hero that he plays when Earth Spirit gets banned. So...
Gotcha. All right, very targeted bans here, but this does leave a lot of scary heroes in the pool. Doom going to be the opener for NAVI.
And they have the 9th pick this game, so lots of flexibility there, which is very helpful when the 10th pick comes out from your opponent. You get to see what's happening, and probably going to be actually, I don't even know. I almost want to say it's going to be a 4 Doom if I had to guess, but of course there's the flexibility between the 3 and the mid Doom as well. I've never been a huge fan of Oracle versus Doom, though. I think that matchup kind of goes both ways a little bit. Like
5 seconds remaining.
Because like if you false prophet someone who's doomed, it's like, okay, cool, they're still doomed. You know what I mean? It's not like this great counter like it is to some of the like Lasso or something.
It does depend a little bit. Like if they do a DP Oracle here, that's an example of someone that could get doomed. If Oracle saves her, she can still fight and put out some damage. That's like the one pairing I can think of maybe that mitigates that more than a lot of the others.
Yeah. I mean, the typical Doom counters do tend to be like, as you're saying, the hero-based things that it doesn't really matter if they get doomed. Like your Razors, your Wraith Kings, yeah. That is definitely not one of them.
No, this is a hero that very much does not like to be doomed. I guess one aspect, you can buy Lincolns on Morphling. It's not that popular anymore, not really in vogue, but it's an okay item. And also Crystal Maiden. I know you're always keeping an eye on Crystal Maiden pick rates, and look at this. Second pick for NAVI here, bud.
Yeah, I think she's pretty good. She's in that like...
On the rise?
Yeah, kind of on the rise, but also I don't know if I pick her this early. I wonder why... I guess they just are really focused on this Doom success, but I'd be thinking about like Bristlebacks and those kind of heroes. Like, all right, why do they just pick Crystal Maiden as like 2nd overall? It's like, do we think she's that good? Like she is, up and coming, but is she that worth? She tends to be pretty good for the maxing the Frostbite, right?
Yes, and isn't this also one of the potentials where maybe they just wanted to pick their 5 without really revealing too much in their draft? Because as you said, Doom is a flex pick. So if you want to capitalize on the flex, grabbing a 5 here makes a lot of sense.
And a 5 that might also be a 4 too.
True. I guess
5, like 5 Crystal Maiden is not the best at holding down a lane, right?
You are definitely right about that. She reminds me of Disruptor in that regard. They're both like paper thin.
Yeah,
little cooldown reliant.
Yeah, she's like better than Disruptor, but she still will suffer from like the stronger position 4 heroes that can punish you. Like Treant, for example, is just like no thank you as Crystal Maiden.
All right.
But speaking of the bat, since they can't grab it with the Oracle being on VP Prodigy, you kind of get forced to ban it out, and they'll continue to cover their Morphling here. The AA ban.
Morphling.
What a hero.
So when you pick him up this early, what are the other go-tos? Obviously, Ancient Apparition.
5 seconds remaining.
Like, this should be very punishable, right? Like, Morphling does have a couple of counters. He doesn't like burst damage.
Kind of. Like, I think on the pro level, it's like
not as much.
No one's really found this like humongous counter yet. If there is one that exists, we're not sure what it is. Like, aside from like the AA, right? Like the obvious one, like because it used to be like OD, but OD is like not played anymore.
It's insane how bad OD is. Like I've gotten to the point now where I've just been summarizing it to people as OD is unplayable and competitive. Dendy corrected me the other day and said that he thinks the hero is situationally viable, but he couldn't name a situation in which he thinks the hero's viable. So yeah, I don't know.
That's classic analyst shit. That's something I would say.
Yeah.
No, there's definitely a game where it's good. Well, I can't think of it, but I'm sure there is.
But if I saw it, I would know it.
10 seconds.
How Dota goes, I guess. Like, what about big burst damage, like Zeus or Lina, like Lion type heroes? They have already got Crystal Maiden, so maybe not Lion.
Those kind of things are good. I just don't think, like you're right. They can get multiple tools throughout the draft. That's the good thing. But unfortunately, there's not like some big hero you can just be like, aha.
Well, there's one less. Now VP Prodigy will get Lina.
Yeah, and they have the 10th pick here too, so a little bit of flexibility there with what they want to do.
And I guess like Oracle Doom or Oracle Morphling, it has some options against Doom, right? If Doom drops the ult on Morph, he can still right click, and if Oracle can save him, he can't wave form around and do all of his normal Morphling stuff. But keeping him alive is more than just okay, Morphling survived the fight.
Yeah, I almost feel like they want like a Centaur or something for VP Prodigy, like something that if your Morphling gets doomed, you can just try and reset.
Dire's turn.
Like if you're all in on the Morphling like this.
Rubik.
Another quality hero as of late. Some of our big heroes, though, got ignored through this. Like the Ench, she got kind of ditched. The Phoenix, another pretty huge hero for the vast majority of our games.
Remaining.
Tiny as well. We were still seeing like first picked.
A lot of tiny openers.
Radiant's turn to pick.
This guy was pretty popular too, though. So
more stuns.
Yeah, this classic lane duo, right? The Lina and the Sand King. I think they play for Lina quite a bit.
I like having a for Lina with Oracle too, because she puts out so much damage. You have like polar opposite supports that end up complementing each other quite a bit. So looking for a mid-last pick for VP Prodigy, and there she is, Spectre for Navi, the big hard carry.
Dire's ban now.
How do Spectre and Morphling match up? Different power spikes for sure. Morphling may be a little more flexible in terms of itemization.
It's nice to be a carry that Morphling doesn't really benefit from copying. Like, sure, he can turn into Spectre, but it's not really comparable to a lot of the other carries, like your Terrorblades or your Animages, pretty much
Ember
all
Spirit.
the other hard ones.
Yeah. It turns out Morphling's just a better Ember Spirit.
Yeah, he's better than the version of a lot of heroes.
Yeah. No, that's true. I think obviously really good at injecting the chaos, setting up on the back
5
line.
seconds remaining.
Probably see a Meteor Hammer out of Spectre, so she's a little different now. It's not just that naked Radiance Rush. She'll buy an item to be a little bit relevant.
Dire's ban.
Yeah, we'll see how the lane goes. I would be a little concerned with just the Crystal Maiden. But VP Prodigy, they'll have to do a good job of positioning the creep wave to actually punish with Lina and the Sand King.
That sounds pretty unfun. Spectre CM against a Lina Sand King. You're this squishy little CM afraid to leave the box. If you get hit by a double stun, you're dead.
5 seconds remaining.
Sounds a little tough.
They will be Radiant side, so they might. I'm not sure if they'll try and play it in the offlane. I feel like that's kind of fallen off a little bit with all the changes in the past patch and a half.
Certainly didn't see it much in NA.
What are Navi missing though? They have to pick first. Do they want the mid Doom, or is there a 3 that looks a little bit better here? The 3 will be. I mean, they could still Centaur Rubik.
That's his, man. I was gonna say Centaur looks pretty okay here. First damage catch.
They would be extremely beefy on their cores. Spectre, Doom, Centaur.
Yeah.
But then their initiation would. Well, I mean, I guess their initiation's kind of okay with that because Stampede helps out the Doom.
I
He
admit
gets a
nothing
blink.
but my sadness that
You
you're
have
gone.
2 like blink hoof stomps if Doom gets the creep. Rubik and CM can both initiate a little bit.
Radiant's
Telekinesis, Frostbite. There's the tiny ban. Interesting if Navi tried to work tiny into this draft.
Well, I would have just been probably mid. That's all they're thinking. Because Tiny's like, again, one of these like big nukers that is pretty good versus Morphling. Kind of like it was used to counterpick Weaver, like TI8.
Okay.
Constantly.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
5 seconds remaining.
Is there a 9th pick mid? I mean, there's still like Death Prophet. She surprisingly made it this far through. Again, still also there for VP Prodigy, which could be a decent pick for them as well.
Yeah.
Like talking about all these tanky heroes, and then she is percent based, but they would. I don't know.
And they
even
could
that
also
is hard.
still like Zeus or something a little more insane.
Or Lena mid. Also still very viable. They have to be kind of careful because Lena's a real bully in the mid lane too, so they have to be
Yeah.
aware that whatever they pick here, Lena's a very real possibility to an opponent. So they do go back for an off-lane hero.
I admit nothing.
So looking like mid
I
Doom.
admit nothing but
Most
my
likely.
sadness that you're gone.
I guess you never know. It could be a mid Beastmaster. Haven't seen that in a little while, but
We've caught a couple. I remember what Zai was playing a bunch, right?
yeah. I mean, the hero has a long history in the mid lane, so it wouldn't
Yeah.
be the craziest thing ever.
5 seconds
All about the
remaining.
matchups, of
Yeah.
course.
So what do we want here? Either way, it is going to be a melee mid, guaranteed.
And they're probably not gonna brood. But, you know, it was there. I feel like we haven't got ourselves a good brood game in a little bit.
I feel like VP Prodigy have a lot of options here. Can kind of just go comfort pick.
Their main concern would be space, I guess, for the Morphling, right? Like, I see Sanking Lena, nice little kill duo. The Oracle's probably gonna be chilling a little bit in that like early and mid game phase. They might like a third hero that kind of rotates around a little bit.
I think DP is still standing out to me. Maybe I'm overvaluing the combo with the Oracle. But having a little bit of extra tower push, somebody that can 4+1 drive all these team fights with a nice ultimate like that.
I also don't know about like with Razor, because like some teams still go with the Razor.
Oh yeah, Queen of Pain. She made it all the way through. Look at that. Would you look at that, buddy?
She just kind of, she's good, for sure. She's obviously still one of the top 2 heroes. I just wonder, like, it still has a lot of value in terms of the, like, are they, I guess they're just all in on Epileptic Kid when it comes to pushing towers. Whereas, like, you know,
Yeah.
DP could have maybe helped clear up some of that terrain before Epileptic Kid really wants to rotate.
I don't know. I've just started assuming Morphling is a pusher in my head. I think you've corrected me too many times. Like, this team has no push. It's like, buddy, have you seen Morphling at 30 minutes? He hits for 400. He's going to kill
for sure.
towers.
But the thing is, he doesn't do that until later in the game. That's the only problem with Morphling. And I
Yeah.
think, like, one of the best things about getting early towers is giving more space for someone like a Morphling to get bigger faster.
You're right. You're definitely right.
But, you know, you can also just kill them all so they can't defend the towers. That's a very real strategy. And I think that's what the VP Prodigy squad's up to this game.
They have a pretty wily lineup. Yeah, Morphling with Wave Form, Sand King with Burrow Strike, Quap blinking around. But Navi also have really good catch. You know, we were talking about their initiation is a little bit lacking maybe, and Centaur could have fixed that, but Beastmaster also does a lot of work there. Look at 9 Pasha rocking that nice thick mohawk up top.
Look at that stance. He's got gait. Oh, there you go.
I hope our viewers on Twitch can see this load screen here. Of course. Beautiful Arcana for Queen of Pain. Good old Dota Pit here, blessing us with remote production. You won't have to suffer through Zyori obs today, ladies and gentlemen. Also, shout out to all the Twitch chatters. Freedom is in the air. Enjoy it, folks. It's a privilege, not a right.
Nothing but my sadness that you're gone.
Moobot is out, and he's real angry today.
Yeah, Moobot's on a real power trip on this channel. It's been a thing for like 4 years. He really rules all when it comes to Dota Pit. You gotta be wary.
He really doesn't like all caps.
Oh yeah, you gotta stay away from the caps. The multiple emotes. I've got burned by Moobot several times.
It doesn't matter if what you're saying is the nicest thing in the world. If it's all caps, Moobot is kicking your ass out. So
you could be like, "I love you, Moobot," and be like, "Shut up."
Get the hell out of here, spammer. See you later, nerds.
I'm not angry.
All right, well, exciting drafts for game number 1. Trent, I do think I like this Navi draft a little bit more.
I'm really looking forward to watching their Spectre lane. Yeah, I want to see how it goes.
I'm looking forward to these players getting distracted by last hitting, so the voice lines will also stop.
Very true.
But I think they've got a lot of great meta heroes. I like this Doom. I like this really big, beefy core line they have. I think there's a lot of merit to this strong front line that can just run at you. And VP Prodigy don't really have the tankiest lineup. Yes, you've got the Oracle who can save people, but there's an obvious tanky advantage for Na'Vi, and sometimes that can make the mid-game fights a little hard for the team that's squishier.
True. Don't miss your spells, right? When you're versus tanky heroes. That really hurts.
Yeah. I think I also just really like Beastmaster. I am convinced that this hero is stupidly strong still.
Do you think Ilias is about to die? Do you think he's aware? Oh, never mind. Ein already left. Ein was hiding the tree line, so.
All right, Beastmaster Rubik up against Morphling Oracle. So that means our mid matchup is going to be the Doom versus Queen of Pain, FN on Young G. Should be an okay matchup for the Doom. He can handle this just fine.
Yeah, they did just nerf the Devour HP regen, so I guess it's like slightly worse, but not by much. It was like 1 point at both levels. No wards brought down from Virtus Pro Prodigy, so they just had to body block the small camp with save. Excellent. That's what they have to do. The whole point of this matchup is getting the wave up here, right? Just get it. Try and get the wave. It's sitting up this part, so the Crystallites has to leave the safety of the tower, mostly so that Ilias has to leave the safety of the tower, because then they can just kill the CM over and over, and this kind of play happens.
All right, we'll get a stun onto Crystallize, some decent damage into the Spectre to get things started, but now the counterplay onto the Lina. She's taking big damage, does connect with an LSA. Crystallize now low. A couple of Fairy Fires get popped. No first blood drawn. Now DM throws it up. That root forces out a Burrow Strike.
That was pretty nice. So they capitalized on the cooldowns, right? And just said, like, listen, yes, we're low HP, but they're not going to Burrow Strike for another 14 seconds. We need to just run at this Lina right now, punish as much as we can. So they didn't just give, like, the free harass from the spells.
Couple of salves used. Battle over lane dominance continues.
Yeah, Ilias got the pull off to the side. Now, mind you, Sand King doesn't mind this too much. Oh, look at that triple asset with a Caustic. What a hero we've gotten now.
Caustic, a much better spell now than it used to be. Level 1 still a little underwhelming, but the max health damage, percentage based.
All versus the big beefy team. Wow, we might have some serious explosions here.
That's a good point, actually. With these beefcakes in the front line, 22%
really
of max HP is something.
Kept seeing that support Darkseer pulled up by a couple teams. You know, once we have Darkseer Sand King, get some vacuum into one hero dying. Instead of a chain reaction.
Now that's
so it takes like 800 damage from all their allies dying.
So checking in on mid. Looks to be pretty even. Young G. Small advantage. About 4 CS right now. We'll see if FN can nail these coming into the tower. That'll level things out. Gets 1. And gets 2 out of 3.
Yeah, you can tell the lane isn't very great when the single point of the dagger is used, right? Kind of held that fourth point for a little bit on that fan, and he's just like, yeah, no, I'm gonna need my blink.
Yep. Some damage exchange down bottom. Still no first blood as we're coming up on 4 minutes. Now up top, a little pressure onto Immersion. Looks like the Rubik will be okay. Epileptic Kid. Samora is down bottom. Damage exchange, no kill, and a salve comes out on the Morphling. Look at this brilliant strategy. He morphs heavy Agi to get value out of the salve.
Wow, that's genius.
Man, I wish my heroes could do that.
Ever happened. Yeah, I don't know. It's not okay this hero never has to buy regen.
I don't know how you fix that aspect of the hero without breaking him completely, though. Like, do you just write in an exception?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, just the nature of how he shifts attributes. I don't know that there's an obvious fix to that. Version again. Big damage. There's the first blood. Ein finds it on the Oracle.
Love me some level 3 Oracle. This is like the funnest time of the game is Oracle.
When you get to burst
180 damage nuke, you get to spam on a 2.3 second cooldown. Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's a serious break point. I'll give you that one. Zone up onto Crystal Maiden. Save on the run. Oh, that Frost Nova falls short. That might have set up a kill, actually.
Looks like it'll just be 2 for 2, though. FN's going to come bottle that one.
Spyglass at hand.
He's getting really maxed out. Already had the Invis rune, too, so...
Trent, there was a point where bounty runes didn't give you a full bottle, right? It only gave you like a 2/3 fill.
It was one that there would be a power rune and then a bounty rune in the middle. Remember?
Okay.
And then you had a guarantee spawn on each side.
Yeah, there you go.
So that was like your little punishment. Was that when? Or was it when the... Well, I know when the first bounty runes were introduced, they also gave less.
I'm not a historian, buddy.
The ones on the side lanes, they also didn't fill it.
Yeah. I think it was 2 out of 3. I don't know, at the very beginning, was it 1 out of 3? That sounds pretty bad.
I think if I'm not mistaken, the first bounty rune was the one that spawned on the opposite side in the middle. And then that one got taken out and it was moved to the sides and it was every 2 minutes, right? But then they only filled like 1 charge or something.
Yeah, oh man, every 2 minutes.
2-minute bounty runes.
That
we could barely keep up with 5. And they gave, oh yeah, the mid ones gave XP. Oh man, good times.
Those were good times.
Except not really.
They were chaotic times, let's put it that way. Fun as hell, though. A pretty quiet game 1. 1 kill in 6 minutes. The Doom starting to pull ahead a little bit in terms of net worth. Flop number 2 overall, but all 3 cores on VPP. Very even.
Yeah, bottom lane went pretty damn fine, frankly. Like now, at this point, DM is standing by himself, so he's covered with the sentry, but there's probably one on this. Yeah, there is one there.
I would be very happy if I were this Spectre CM combo right now. They kind of got away with murder down here, not conceding a single death. Spectre with 34 CS at 7 minutes. This is fine. This is more than fine.
Yeah, I feel like if you wind up with this and you don't, maybe now they can get the kills with the Veil. Maybe that's like enough that it just boosts it. But Lena's still only level 3.
Yeah, I mean the Veil definitely helps, but it's felt more like a lack of opportunities. We haven't seen that many stun combos, and when we have, it's been countered right away. Like Crystallize is in the front line. Like, Lena's been forced to use LSA defensively more often than not in this lane from the bits I've seen. She is going to grab the creep wave.
Trying to move it to the neutrals for Sand King.
Will save, get away from robbery.
Oh,
like
I didn't even notice that was his thing. How perfect.
I was watching Prison Break as I fell asleep tonight. How perfect. They did get away with robbery in that show.
And a lot of other things you probably shouldn't get away with in prison. It's a pretty poor prison.
That's true. Thanks, Fox River. Down bottom. Ilias, he'll be okay. Now the counterplay comes. DM, there's the LSA, stunned up, but they've got a root. Sand King does not like roots, Trent. It's a level 2 frostbite. You called it. A 1-2-1 build at a CM.
Oh, FN, no, he went in, dude.
Oh, no. That's a punishment, all right. Doom drops the namesake, and that's a set of kills for NAVI. Now 2-1. They are laughing maniacally all the way to the bank.
That was a deep dive. Like, she just kind of kept walking. I mean, I guess Young G started the TP kind of early, but still. A bit painful.
Especially
now in
against
behind.
the
Oh, save. A swing and a miss on the old LSA down bottom.
Is Crystallized still in trouble? He's got some stick charges. Not going to have enough for the dagger, though. On the run, LSA connects, and they do still find the kill. Crystallized bites the bullet.
There we go. It's all
Much
good.
needed. Much needed.
Now, because they didn't punish the Spectre that hard in lane, like, you know, she's not like the most farm point in the game or anything like that. But now it's like Hunt Squad time, right? As Merchant does get his just desserts in the mid, as he decided to come back after Doom saved his ass once. He's like, I can't do it again.
The Quap's standing there just like, same story, different ending. No Doom. Let's go, buddy. I'm ready for another rodeo. So what is this build on Spectre, man? He's got a Midas queued up. Is the Midas touch really the play? I'm a bit surprised. I thought this item wasn't so great right now. Uh-oh, hold that thought. Up top, Ian. That's a freebie. Nice setup there with the Primal Roar.
Midas is making a slow comeback, you know, keep tweaking the numbers over and over. See Lifestealers picking up a lot. They've kind of gone in on the item. They're down. But our Spectres, as you said, have mostly been stuck on the Meteor Hammer. They're a little more convinced on that one, right?
See a little tower exchange down bottom. That tier 1 should fall as the glyph comes out. And DM will actually TP top, and that mounts enough of a defense that it's not a tower trade. It's just a tower gained for VPP as they open up that Radiant jungle a little bit.
Money to burn.
Get our tome. So Merge will be 6 now.
Yeah.
G. And they're not going to commit, though. FN doesn't have Sonic Wave.
Yep, Scorched Earth comes in handy. Yeah, I think you and I often talk about Midas as this item that we really like on heroes that benefit from attack speed. I guess Spectre kind of fits the bill there. I think generally she probably likes stats and regen a little bit more, but that recipe's coming out, so it'll be just about an 11-minute Midas secured for Crystallize.
Yeah. I mean, you can, as long as you do your camps properly, you can, I would guess, farm just as fast as a Meteor Hammer, I would think, like with the point and Desolate. Because I've seen some Spectres at 7 now with 2 points Dispersion and skipping the 1 point Desolate. But when you have the point Desolate, obviously you get the bonus damage. Plus, it's flat bonus damage when you have a lot of attack speed. That's always good. And then you save the big creep for last.
Yeah. Desolate's in a
I guess
weird
unless you're
spot,
Midas thing, which makes sense.
Yep. Top, we might see some pressure on a DM, and we will. They had a Sentry Ward down, the freeze. They've got a lot of follow-up, but Ian's there. That's a false promise. That saves him. Now Spectre haunts in. They still want to try to find this kill. DM, he's going to pop. They've got another root. CM now with 3 points in the Frostbite. They also chase down Ian, and it is a 2-0. Now this tier 1 tower should fall.
His Spirit Vessel's done. All right, that is sick. So this Doom has a Spirit Vessel with 3 charges at 11.5 minutes versus a Morphling.
That is amazing.
That is very scary. That is the perfect item to come out of the mid with.
Yeah, I think the only scenario where the Meteor Hammer lets you farm faster on Spectre is if you have crazy stacks. If your team's got stacks in like every camp for you, that's where the Meteor Hammer is just on, you know.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. But you don't get the XP bonus either.
That's a good point.
Thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
XP nice.
XP very nice. And speaking of our Morphling, how is he doing? And look at this, Epileptic Kid. He's farming an Ancient stack, but he wants Lincoln's first item after Morbid Mass. So we mentioned this in the draft against Doom. It's an option. This is kind of like the old school Morphling build. It's not bad. It's just a bit slow, and it is certainly very defensive.
This big brain of Young G. That means they're gonna have to still burn the Oracle stuff on him though, either like the Fortune's End or the False Promise to try and get rid of the Spirit Vessel. Because he's not going to have a Manta. He needs to buy Lincoln's right away.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Do you think the
Manta kid's like, I need more items. I need a Midas too.
Oh, okay. He sees the Midas on Spectre, and that is a... Yeah, it's a curveball. Wow. I'm surprised.
All right, everybody, lean your chairs back. I know it's early in Europe. I never get to say good morning in Europe because we start a little bit later. So good morning while it's still morning for the majority of you. And I hope you're ready to have a little siesta, a midday snooze, as it were.
Happy, what day is it? Happy Monday, all you Europeans over there. Hopefully you get some work done in the next 20 minutes while we watch these carries farm.
Yeah, but who's the better farmer? Epic Kid looks so driven. Look at those micro movements as he's prepping for the next camp.
All things equal, probably Morphling. Once you get...
Oh no, I mean like I'm looking at these micro movements of the players. I don't care about heroes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, who's making all the tiny minutia movements?
I see. Crystallize wants Manta, second item.
Up top, they're trying to set it on FN here.
Good positioning from the Quap, though. Stays pretty far back in the lane. She also wants a Lincoln. So we got here, Sand King in trouble. Does get saved by the Oracle, but doomed up. This is what we talked about. Is this actually going to save him? It's going to be close, and he pops.
Wow. Oh, he might have been okay. I guess the doom damage is going to be too much, though.
It is a lot. It's always hard to tell with Oracle because his heals get doubled. So in your head, you're doing this mental math of like, okay, Purifying Flames ×2, but... Mental math hard. Epileptic Kid now comes mid, and they're waveform across. They want Young G. Spectre, though, drops the haunt. Great play from Pasha. They bring down Epileptic Kid. Getting a little nervous for VPP after that. Now this tier 1 mid gonna fall. They're gonna try reinforce more, but it's a 4v5. They do get Ian trade immersion for it. Double damage onto FN. VP Prodigy maybe looking to pursue as the Quap jumps forward, gets Ilias.
All right,
a 2 for 2.
So I was just clicking at Epic Kid, looking at him, and he was shifting through so many items. He was like, he had the E-Blade queued up, and he was like, oh, no. And then he just flat out bought the Midas while he was dead, and then he queued into a Yasha, and now he has the E-Blade back. So, like, the hero obviously has a lot of itemization options, but I think picking this Morphling so early is just kind of funny that he has to kind of figure out, all right, now that I picked this guy so early, how am I supposed to win this game?
Yeah. What is the winning sequence here? Almost too many options. Beastmaster also has a Necronomicon level 3. Brown Boots, Necro Book 3. 15 minutes. Yeah, he's got some creeps, all right.
Yeah. Young G, because he went for the Vessel, didn't go for like the drums or anything, then he's going straight BKB. He is like a little bit weak in terms of the initiation. I mean, it hasn't stopped him. He's still got enough good dooms, so that's been fine. But he's going straight for that BKB, and it is not far away. Like 1,000 gold.
It's really nice to play Doom from a head like this. You know, he's got 1,000 net worth advantage on the leading farmer of Virtus Pro Prodigy.
Oh, immersion, nice. He's a strength hero now.
I admit nothing.
Got the attribute shift steal.
You're just waiting for that as Rubik. A smart man. Not taking all the agi. You know, leaves a little bit there.
A 1. He has a 1 agi.
Oh, he's got the +9. I see.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's my style, dude. Dump it all. I don't want any of that agi. No cares.
What do you need armor for? You're going to be fighting under towers anyway.
It's all magic on VP Prodigy anyway. Look at that. Pure damage, magic damage. It's fine.
Yeah, Morphling's right clicks are mostly magical, I'm sure. E-Blade. Is this the right choice for Epileptic Kid? A couple of targets to pick on, CM and Rubik most notably, but we've remarked a couple times how tanky that front line is for Navi, which makes me wonder if E-Blade actually is the item. This shotgun's not going to be one shot in any of the cores, that's for sure.
It's still like, it's a start.
Oh,
whoa, DM.
DM! All right, he cancels the TP. Pasha's still dead because it's a 4-on-1.
He's killed that Necro with
I admit
his Sandstorm, though. That was a lot of damage on DM.
Is Ian, is that dust under the Oracle? Is that cosmetically rare thing that you get? Like the
I believe so. I think that's yeah.
Oh, wow, look at that. He's on a dust cloud.
I haven't seen it. This is the first time I've seen this here.
Yeah, just noticing
like a golden cloud of dust.
I admit nothing.
That's some serious particle action.
You're gone.
Wow.
Can you imagine if you had this thing on Witch Doctor and the new golden staff? Particles on particles, buddy. Did you get the golden Witch Doctor staff? Did you get lucky?
No, I only had a couple chests to open. I'm not a very high level this year.
I see. No Ursa Cub for you?
No. Show me the Wind Ranger Arcana. We'll talk, Gabe. We'll see.
The Ursa Cub was cute, but not for me. Definitely not one that I would be putting my money in go for. But I get the appeal. You know, we're kidifying Dota. I don't know what it is. We got the kid
it's
in
the marketing appeal.
You know, we got we're gonna have the little baby toy, the doll Pudge.
I mean, okay, I'm kind of excited for that. I don't even like Pudge that much, and I think that's gonna be cool.
Dota's slowly getting set up for this next generation of gamers, so that you can, you know, teach your youngins to read through Dota 2. You can, you know, get young Clifford on Kid Invoker.
I still have 2 more kids to go before I can assemble a full squad. And I'm gonna be
Mackenzie stack, led by Captain and Drafter Trench Packs mid lane. The Spectre's under assault, and they've got her. Crystallizes down.
I mean, is there any other point for procreation?
Get back to your Scottish roots. You can start a real guild. Smoke up in the mid lane.
That's a painful death, mostly because the Midas was ready. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
The efficiency. It pains me.
And they did drop a couple of ultis.
Oh, Young G, he's got the BKB. Will he have enough in time?
Can they kill him, though? They don't have big-time bursts. They've got the stuns. They need a little more. He gets off the BKB. They still find the right clicks. Now Ilias, he's looking to make it out. No stuns.
That certainly didn't look like old G, that's for sure. Jeez, this new kid on the block, I don't know about that one. That was the greenest BKB I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah. I see why you went for it, knowing that they burn all those ults on Spectre. Like, maybe there's a window there, but they had plenty of damage. It was not happening. Blink Dagger going to be coming up on Doom. I was going to say, they need a blink at some point on Navi, and Pasha is not going for it. He's picked up the phase boots, and now he's got a pipe queued up. Lincoln's out on the Queen of Pain, now thinking about an Orchid. And the E-Blade, the commitment for Epileptic Kid, as he does now have the Eagle Song. And Lincoln's back on the menu.
Yeah, I think stacking Lincoln's is fine this game. They have Roar and Doom. Like, it's a mega value. Even Telekinesis is a pretty big spell for them.
Yeah, and I guess Frostbite is also a pretty big spell. You know, it is level 4 on the CM, who's only level 8 right now. Pretty cool that we're not seeing CM's max auras. Centaur and CM players out there, take heed. You're no longer maxing auras in pubs.
Yeah, this is the build now, guys. Just so you're aware. You got to max that Frostbite. We've shifted.
Don't make the mistake of maxing aura on Centaur. It's very, very bad now. Mid lane, Ian. TP's coming. This is an awkward rotation out of Navi. They do find the Oracle, but there's a lot of follow-up here. DM, follow-up stun. They want Ian, and they've got him. No false promise. BKB from Young G popped as the Spectre goes in. DM also going to burn. 2 dead on VP.
I think Navi are going to hit this sweet spot in like 3 minutes.
Especially when they have the blink on Doom. I think like they're going to want to haunt, blink, stop.
Doom, the most important target. Ideally the Morphling. Like before, they're going to try and catch Ebby Kid before he has his Lincolns, and then it's going to be basically up to FN to like win that team fight. Because if he can get over there, if he sees that coming and he Lincolns the Morphling, they can straight up win a team fight.
They are moving over to the pit, and it's falling fast. I don't think they're going to get here in time. It's going to be just a second short. VP Pro smoked up, but they get a small stroke of luck. It doesn't break, and they're able just to back out without taking a bad engagement.
And they might get a freebie on immersion here.
Looks like it. Waveform in. See you later, Rubik.
I don't think they wanted that fight. I don't think that fight would have gone that well for them, even if Haunt was down. I think with the Doom still being up, that would have been a pretty dangerous engage.
Yeah, you've got the Sand King ult in the Roche pit and the Quap ult. There was a play to be made, but I agree, certainly risky. For this tier 1 mid, Glyph will come out. Spectre going Manta Diffusal now after the Midas. Very interesting. No Radiance.
That's pretty good. I like it.
I guess this build-up's pretty nice against the Morphling, right?
Yeah.
Just tank his mana pool, and that limits his options a lot.
It used to be like the build, of course. That Morph didn't need mana anymore. But the Diffusal's still nice, just for like ending chases and everything.
Yeah, it's still nice to stop him from waveforming away. And it is a lot of damage.
I think the Midas has worked out pretty well considering how well VPP were able to kind of push them off on those side lanes and win a couple of big team fights, like the pick off onto Young G, the pick off onto the Spectre in the mid. Those 2 kills did a lot to try and delay this game, just enough for them to have some breathing room, because I think Navi were pretty close to a serious advantage there.
And I definitely think the Midas on Morphling worked out better than going Lincoln's first. Lincoln's first would have put him in this really weird pressure cooker where Spectre is a farming tool, he doesn't, and it's almost like a fighting item to keep you alive, but you also can't really kill people. It's not like going E-Blade first where you can just go all aggression. So yeah, Lincoln's first would have not felt great here.
I've seen games where that does work really well because there's a good morph target, and you just start fighting really early with the Lincolns, and you're just like, like if there's a queen on the other team or something like that, but like Spectre wouldn't have been in the team fights. Like who would he even like copy? Like Doom? It's like okay, but not that great.
Yeah. I guess that is one way you can draft around the Morphling. Like in my head, I was thinking, who's the counter to Morphling? And Navi went more with the, let's just not give him good morph targets. Now we'll see another fight break out. Speak of the devil, it's Morphling, crystallized deep in the back line. Ian gonna have to false promise himself. He does stay alive. Spectre trying to pursue, but knocked back, and everybody will live. Ian will get healed up.
Middle tower is drowned.
Unfortunate timing. I think Young G was trying to finish off a camp because he was really close to his blink dagger. And now FN's gonna grab the next wave. Good glyph. Where's that blink dagger? Oh,
Not over yet, though. They've got detection for DM. He's going to be caught, stunned up as he comes down from the Yules. Now Morphling jumps in. The damage just tickles as Doom drops the namesake. Now the Morphling in big trouble as FN throws out a Sonic Wave. They do bring down Doom first, crystallized very low. That's going to be the Aegis. They also get Pasha. It's a disaster for Navi.
I admit nothing but
somehow this Morphling is still alive, and the answer is the Oracle. Now crystallized comes back, and he's going to put 6 feet under. VP Prodigy with a huge hold. Let's look at that recap. That is a 3,500 net worth swing. Not a single death on the side of VP Prodigy.
But my sadness that you're gone.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
That fight redefined disaster, dude. They didn't even kill the Doom target. And that was an Oracle who had to false promise himself.
I admit nothing but my sadness that you're gone.
Radiant's middle tower can't
that like couldn't have gone worse for Navi.
They kind of just like ran out of steam after that initial engagement where they forced all that pressure on the haunt and everything. I think fighting without haunt is very hard for them. So when the haunt's over and they haven't gained a big advantage, I don't think they can like keep pressuring a tower like that.
I think that shows how much of a difference the Oracle staying alive made. If Oracle dies from that haunt, it's a 5v4. They still have Aegis. That fight looks really easy. But the fact that Ian survives, mitigates the haunt, then they have a 5v5 where the Morphling basically can't die.
Oh man, that was a sad Aegis usage. Some
It
serious
really was.
bad news bears.
It looked good, though. I thought that Doom on Epileptic Kid was perfect when he dropped it. I thought the Morphling was dead for sure. Now he's got the Lincolns, so he's even beefier now. This game just got really hard for Navi.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, mid lane, Quap. Okay, she blinks out. Bird scouts it out. This is now starting to feel like a game where if VP Prodigy get the next Roche, this looks really hard for Navi, and if they get the next Roche, then okay, maybe they can stall things out, but what is the answer to Morphling now?
They have to hit the big hot Doom. That's like their only option. And then unfortunately for them, Epilepsy is probably gonna have buyback. That's the big counter to Doom.
Okay, both teams get an Orbit Destruction. That's good.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind.
Big item.
Ein's just chilling with the amulet. Gotta watch out for those necro creeps though.
Paladin Sword also up on Epileptic Kid. The Mindbreaker comes out for Navi. Gotta tell you, Orbit Destruction on Spectre feels like such a gift.
Yeah, it really does.
It's the case for a lot of heroes, but 25% slow, 4 minus armor. It is the perfect tier 3 neutral item.
Yeah, talking about Vlad's lately, check this out. The late 28-minute Vlad's build up here from Pasha.
I like it. I like it a lot.
They could really use one on the dire side, but they don't really have anyone that can buy it because I agree that the Lotus is better for DM. They're going to have double Lincolns and a Lotus. Good luck casting these single target spells. All of their disable single target except for like the War Stomp.
There's a double damage down bottom, though. All ults available. This could maybe be an opportunity for Na'Vi. Camping out the rune. Who's going to grab it, though?
This Mindbreaker could catch every kid off guard, too, if they get into a fight.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually have like a Manta or anything to deal with it. So if they can catch him with a Mindbreaker and then into a Doom or something, he doesn't have time to attribute shift, that would be pretty massive.
And now the 10-second BKB is up on FN's Queen of Pain. Something else favoring VP Prodigy in this potential next fight. Double damage runes, still just chilling down bottom. You can.
You know, it was sick when FN pulled that creep wave mid and then just kept dangling it around while they tried to glyph it. Yeah, that's why they won that fight after.
There's the Doom. Here we go. Great initiation. DM goes in first. They want to kill this Doom, but can they actually bring him down? Young G surviving. Ilias on the backside. This time Ian falls and Epileptic Kid goes down. They got the prized Oracle, and Na'Vi are going to take a good fight. It's a 4-for-1. Doom, the only one hitting the deck. Nobody even picked up the double damage rune that fight.
Structures are fortified.
And that lead that VP Prodigy just picked up pretty much evaporates.
Yeah, he got the Doom on him. Looks like he got roared with no save being there. So just roared into the Doom. Very nice. Good focus down, too.
I mean, that's very similar set of circumstances to that fight before, except this time they had enough damage to kill the Oracle.
Kind of surprising that their initial target was Doom, and yet they still got the Doom off onto the Morphling.
Trying to bring down Radiant's top.
Although, remember, Doom does have a BKB, so...
Still, though. Oh, yeah, but I mean, they had like a clean initiation of like, all right, we can decide, you know? Like, can we zero to death this guy?
Yeah, I don't think you can. He's just too beefy. 2,400 HP. They got him 30%. Up top, Young G and FN. Just trading blows. Pasha is invisible. Okay, never mind. Pasha was invisible. A very bold play here. Pasha. Well, he does get the outpost, and they hold it for a grand total of about 10 seconds.
Hey, man, they haven't taken it back yet.
Okay. They hold it for a grand total of about 20 seconds. DM, gonna go ahead and take care of that. Very ambitious maneuver there from Pasha.
I admit nothing but
Roche
my
was on
sadness
the
that you're
potential
gone.
spawn time. You know, maybe he was trying to put a message out there.
It more just like bold to think that VP Prodigy wouldn't react to that. You know, they weren't really showing on the map, didn't really know where they were, and they reacted.
He had an invis rune, right? Is that what he said?
He did. He was invis and then just ran right into the outpost and dropped the invis like immediately.
Yeah, to try and capture it. I wonder if he thought that it didn't reveal anymore. I wonder if he didn't read that patch note.
Oh. Well, so it's two things. It gives you true vision, but it also, like, the invis gets broken when you click on it.
Yeah, now it does. It didn't used to.
Can you still glimmer cape when you're casting on it? Or does that... I guess you also get revealed because it has true sight, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you could theoretically glimmer, yeah.
Yeah, I died to that the other day. I used my Shadow Blade and ran in front of it like an idiot. Those are the hardest changes because in your head, it's just like branded. Oh, the outpost. Yeah, that thing doesn't have true vision, true sight. What an interesting game one here. Trent, 14-15 at 32 minutes, less than a 1K net worth lead. VP Prodigy, they're going to lose their Oracle again.
Oh, that's bad. Now they're gonna
dieback.
Oh yeah, they know that he has no buyback. That's right.
Yep.
I was gonna say they would assume, but the timer's still on actually.
He's still got nearly 5 minutes on that buyback timer.
They should know the second Roach is up because they have a Beastmaster, and he has indeed left a Hawk there. So it's his time. They want to head back.
I admit nothing but my sadness that you're gone.
Now let's see if VP Prodigy do the bounty. You guys start setting bounties on people when they take the Aegis. Then it gives you a perfect timer. It's kind of broken.
Oh!
Yeah, isn't that busted?
Holy shit! That is mega busted.
Yeah, see right there, you're supposed to timer the Spectre. Now, the only thing is, if you do it, then they see it too, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like that's still an advantage to the team that doesn't have the Aegis. I don't care if they know. I would like to know. And it's particularly broken in custom lobbies because you get like unlimited bounties, right? Like it just resets same as tips because it's custom lobby, not
like the end of the game.
Yeah, so less broken for like pubs or whatever. But damn, that's a pro tip right there, Trent.
Yeah, I still left some Reddit thread like a week ago.
Oh, still.
Just gotta keep educating the people.
You're the curator of the curator. Good job. Keep it up.
Thank you. I do what I can.
Mid lane, are we going to see an engagement? Nope. Epileptic Kid will walk away. Also, the BKB up on Morphling.
Going for the Aghanims next.
Oh.
I haven't even been thinking about that. That's going to be the double Sand King. Haven't seen that one in a while.
So is that kind of like the discount shaker Morphling?
Yeah, it is. Exactly. Yeah. There was a while where teams were running it a little bit. It's pretty
I don't know
gross.
that I've actually seen it.
It's a crazy amount of, well, if you think about it, like Waveform and Burrow Strike are basically the same spell. One attacks and one stuns.
That's one way to look at it, yeah.
Because it gets humongous with the between the talent for the Waveform range and then the Burrow Strike with the Aghanims. I mean, he's got a Queen of Pain too, right? There's plenty of like other things he might be able to do with the Queen Blink as well.
Okay, very cool. And Spectre now has Scotty and has Abyssal Blade queued up. Of course, still Aegis in tow. Plenty of timing there.
I'll take your treatment.
Or plenty of time left, rather.
How much time's left on this Oracle buyback? 2 minutes. So there's a nice big window where they can still get a good kill here. Are they smoking towards Crystallize? This would be such a good time to do so.
Haunt is ready, and Radiant Scan does actually catch him in the jungle for just a second.
Yeah, Crystallize, go to the high ground, dude, please.
This is what I call the high-risk, low-reward play.
Oh, Advocate accidentally BKB.
I admit nothing but my sadness.
I don't think they saw it.
No, I don't.
Oh, no, they see it now. And they're going to jump on him. Oh, my God. Epileptic Kid, what are you doing?
He's about to take the plunge.
Why would you do that? You showed your BKB?
Dyer's top
Damn, dude. That was a fuck-up. Damn. All right, he has the buyback. Now what's the play? Na'Vi in a great position. They're taking to tier 3.
Dyer's top tower is gone.
Barracks falling quickly. Now the initiation. Still the Aegis on this Spectre. DM does get saved by the Oracle. Now comes back in. Definitely gonna pop though once this is done. Yule Scepter gonna help him out a little bit. Nope, there it is. Top lane of Barracks down. Morphling holding the buyback right now. Then King will use his. They drop the Doom onto FN. Now Epileptic Kid is back. And Na'Vi will just retreat. Maybe gonna lose the Aegis here. Spectre gets caught. Very low. Follow-up damage. Fortune's End.
Ooh, that's painful.
They don't even get the Aegis. Well, that went pretty darn well for Na'Vi. Let's check out the recap there, and it was a big swing.
So, if I have to guess, I think he was daggered down bottom, and they had the vision on him when he BKB'd, right?
Okay.
So maybe that was an intentional BKB TV because he thought they were all bottom, and he was about to get ganked on or something. Although most of their stuns go through BKB, so I don't even know. I guess then they have to roar and doom him. But anyway, let's not assume it was intentional. Well, we can think it was a fat finger. Could have been intentional. Either way,
regardless of the fat
sure
finger,
he thought they were all bottom.
Yes, definitely, because he went right up to that creep wave, and the main thing was either way, like he confirmed the here's my BKB. It is expiring right now on the creep wave. So like they saw it and they jumped on him the second that BKB was done. They broke the Lincolns. They had the primal roar. I mean, it's almost like Epileptic Kid kind of set that trap for himself. I mean,
I think the BKB was intentional. If I had to guess.
That's maybe that positioning from the Spectre. We were flaming it a little, but maybe it got in his head, and that set up the read that they were all bottom. Now we'll see another haunt setup, and Ian, he's going to go down. BKB from Epileptic Kid. Oh, the bash! Not going to be able to TP out. I think he's going to be dead again here. no escape plan, frozen up and brought down. That's the dieback on the Morphling, and that's GG. That's it. VP Prodigy are out, and NAVI take game number 1. Yeah, I would be curious to learn the exact thought process of what happened there, but it would appear